fire feels very cozy. I think it's time to add another chunk of wood. Frost is on the mums. I brought the pumpkins in to avoid them freezing, and I think that it's time to bake them up and can some pumpkin puree. So good morning, guys. My name's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that y'all are here with me today. And pumpkin time is, well, we're in November now, right? So it's time to use those pumpkins that we've had up for decoration and turn them into pumpkin puree. So what I'm trying to do here, pumpkins are always a little bit difficult, but I'm trying to take the top out, and then what I really should have done is made a little bit bigger of a hole in here, but essentially I'm just gonna scoop out all those seeds, and then I'm gonna bake them in the oven until they're nice and tender, and then we're going to be making some pumpkin puree to have for pumpkin pies, because Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and I don't know about you, but I love me a good pumpkin pie. So, there, we'll just sacrifice a little bit of that top of the pumpkin. And Caleb thinks it's Christmas, so what's it called? Thanks Christmas or something like that. Well, there's our record player just belching out the Christmas music, strong and clear. Wow. This is a fairly small pumpkin, so I may not get a whole lot from it, but look at that. What do you think, buddy?
I want to do that.
You want to do that? Haha.
I'm just trying to bring the Christmas spirit back in.
The Christmas spirit. Yes. Okay.
So you're not going to use that.
You know what we could do, if you wanted, is to save the pumpkin seeds
and make more pumpkins.
Well, yeah, you could make more pumpkins. You could also roast them and have pumpkin seeds to eat if you want.
Ew.
They're good. No pumpkin seeds for you? I might be saving some of them. Now hang on, and I'll get into that one for you, and you can...
I can't make it get open.
Huh?
I can't down now.
Just a minute. I will cut it for you, because the knife it's dangerous with the way it is there. Oh, woof, 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 woof.
I got a lot of pumpkins.
I'm going to cut it open, and you can scoop it out, okay?
I guess you don't need music for your video. You could take the top of the pumpkin and you could put it on the top of a snowman's head.
Oh, yeah, like a hat?
Yeah.
If only we had snow.
Yeah.
You could do that. All right, here we go. Woohoo! All right, you want to come over here to the sink? And you can scoop out the middle.
Do you think there will be spiders in this?
No, there's no place in it for a spider to eat. Is it scary? It just eats.
My hand in someone's body.
What do you think?
I don't like it.
like it. Is it gooply goopy?
Seeds are out of here.
You getting them?
What is this?
I don't know. Whoa!
My hand's itchy.
Mm-hmm. It is, isn't it?
Seeds.
What do you think?
They're already roasted.
They're not roasted.
Put them on the fire.
Not on the fire, it'd be too hot. But we can put them in the oven to try it, roast them. We can put seasoning salt on them. Oh, but I bet Rebecca might.
I'll try one. I'll try.
You'll try one? What do you think? You like doing that?
It looks like a cake there now.
You think we should save some for?
Yes.
I think so too. We'll save some for planting next year because we're going to be doing some gardening down in the field next year, and so we'll have room for pumpkins to spread out. I'd like more pumpkins like this.
You need to
Those are
put
nice pumpkins.
You need to put some honey in there and put a top on it and give it to Winnie the Pooh. He'll have a dinner.
A honey pot. It looks like a honey pot. So what you'll do when we save seeds is you're gonna find the nicest, plumpest seeds. So see, like this one?
Yeah.
It's kind of plump. You know that there's stuff inside that seed to make another pumpkin. See this one? See how it's just kind of flat? It might work, but it's not as nice of a seed. So you want to save some to make pumpkins for next
You
year.
probably just dump it in there and dump it all out.
Just find some. We can roast some of these seeds, but I thought if you'd like to pick some out that you would like to grow pumpkins, we'll just save some and then we can dry them.
I can't get them roasted out.
Yeah, don't, just leave it here. Just leave it here.
You can't let it?
Okay, just leave them here for now. All right, that's my oven beeping. It's all up to temperature. I think I got it around 450. And I'm gonna take these pumpkins, stick them in the oven, and we'll bake them till they're nice and tender. And then scoop out the pulp, blend it up, and can some pumpkin puree for some pies and pumpkin squares and all things pumpkin for the next year. All right, guys, I'll see y'all in a little bit. All right, well, take this off here. I was figuring that I would have more time, that they would need more time to bake, but I think they baked about an hour, and they're nice and tender. Oh my! I'm gonna let them just sit there and cool down while I do school with the kids, and then we'll come back and like scrape all the pumpkin out. Somebody thinks it's like summer out. What is this? Snickers is doing school too. So here's a funny little tidbit for you. I went out to say goodbye to Mike, and I was like, I'm gonna check the dehydrator and make sure that there's like nothing in it. Like I wasn't really even thinking about it. And I looked in the dehydrator. It was full of peppers that I had dried. What I want to do is to grind them up. They were kind of the last little harvest, if you will. And a lot of these are hot peppers, and so that's why I have the gloves on. But what I wanted to do is just grind them up, and some of them, you know, will be combined with ones that aren't hot or whatever, but to make red pepper flakes. And I can use this in salsa and chili and, you know, all the things that you would be spicy. Oh, this is perfect. Those ones are perfect for just like, they're perfectly dry. I think there was a couple that really weren't, but anyway, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm just putting it in this little chopper here. I opened it up to test it, and it immediately like made me sneeze. Woo! It's got some heat in there, fellas. All right, I had a few that just, I don't know, just weren't very dry, so I'm not gonna contaminate the rest of the batch with those. It is a small amount, as you can see, but I don't think you're gonna need very much of this stuff. But I kind of just wanted to use up the last bit. I think some of my pepper plants like cross-pollinated or something this year, or they really weren't what they said they were, because I planted poblanos so that I could make like chili rellenos and like that sort of thing, and they were not. I'm trying to remember what I thought that they were, but they were definitely not chili rellenos or poblanos. Anyway, I'm just gonna put this in a little jar, and then I'll have it for stuff that I want heat for. Looks like that. All right, Caleb wants to show you what he has been working on in school today. All right, let's see it. Oh, and this is Solomon's Temple. Isn't that nice? Oh, he did such a good job. Love it. Well, here I am just taking the pumpkin out of the skins, and I'm not even recording, I'm just doing. See, this is why sometimes it's hard for me to film different projects, because I legit just get in the groove and I do it. We just finished school, we had a quick lunch, and I am just peeling the pumpkin right on out of the skin. It's nice and cool, it's easy to work with. I'm hoping that I have, you know, enough here. If not, then I do have a large pumpkin, and I also have one of those greenish gray, what are they? Kind of like those really pretty bluish gray pumpkins, right? They're more meaty, and actually I think they're more orange inside. This here ends up making a very light colored pumpkin filling. So I may end up baking that as well, but I just kind of want to go from here, see what I get, you know? So anyway, all right. It's all peeled. Now we're gonna start blending it to puree it, and then we'll pressure can it, which it pressure cans at 15 pounds pressure, I think for an hour and a half. You can look that up for yourself. You can even freeze this, you know, once it's pureed. At that point, you do what you feel comfortable doing. Some people do not feel comfortable canning pumpkin, but I can applesauce all the time, guys. And this pumpkin is going to be pureed. It's going to be not as dense as the pumpkin you're going to get at the, you know, like Libby's pumpkin. It's not going to be that dense, okay? So when you're preparing it, you're going to be adding less liquid to your mixture. Like if you're making a pumpkin pie, you're not going to put as much of the condensed milk or whatever that the recipe would originally call for, because your pumpkin is not going to be as dense as the canned pumpkin that you get from the store. So that is what makes me feel comfortable to pressure can this pumpkin. All right, scoop this into the blender. I think I'll do about that much. And I also need to get out my jars so that I'm ready to pour it into that. All right, so I have my jars washed and my pumpkin here in the blender. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. Check it out. Let's see how it looks here. All right. How does it taste? That's another key consideration. I did up this pumpkin one year and it was legit bitter. It was so bad. This tastes really good though. All right, look, I think we're good. I think we're good, folks. All right, let's see how many jars this fills for us, and then we'll blend up some more and go from there. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more pumpkins though today. I was just thinking about it, and I just have other things that need to happen today, and I just kind of need to know my time constraints and realize that, you know, one of these batches is going to take an hour and 15, longer than an hour and a half, probably about 2 hours to process, because you've got to get up to pressure and then it's got to process. So yeah, so you definitely want to leave headspace in the pumpkin. I probably want to leave just a tad more. That is really nice looking pumpkin, and like I said, it tastes good too. All right, so you're gonna want it kind of like that. Well, I don't know that this is gonna make me a whole lot, but at least we're getting what we're getting. Kind of hoping for 7 pints, which would be a, you know, full cantaloupe. That would be ideal. So we'll see. Alright guys, we have 8 pints of pumpkin puree. Alright, all this beautiful pumpkin is now ready for the canner, and that's outside on the back porch. Here we go. So I'm just going to be adding water in to the bottom of my canner. Turn on my propane tank. Okay, now we'll light it. And it's always a good idea to have your lid on too. Oh, there we go. So essentially we're just gonna wait till the gauge on our pressure canner comes up to 15 pounds pressure. It's gonna start doing all its stuff, and yeah, it's gonna process for an hour and a half. So it's 1:30. Guess we'll see how long that takes. Well, there's what's left of the garden after the freeze. I took the last of the peppers out, and then there was this volunteer tomato plant. That's gush, by the way. But anyway, ripped that out. All the dahlias will need to be cut back, and I will heavily mulch them with leaves. In my zone, I can generally get away with just leaving them in the ground. So that's what I do. All right, I'm gonna drive around to the front of the house because my flower boxes are definitely done. So we're gonna go get the flowers out of them while the pressure canner is at work. All right, here's our situation. So I'm just gonna take these out. Next spring, oh, we'll start again.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away.
Oh, you got firewood in here too?
Paint with colors and I'll sing.
Caleb wanted you guys to see his sandbox and all the neat creations he's making. Look at this. Wow. He's got firewood he's stacking. Uh-huh. That is really nice.
And these are excavator tracks.
Oh. Oh, people to buy. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Wow.
This is the parking lot.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
This is double.
Nice.
They have 3 roads up.
Wow.
This road,
I'm gonna let the
that
past be
road,
filled.
Uh-huh.
and that road.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That is really neat.
Parking spot.
Take this weight
know
off
what
my
else?
shoulders,
What?
'cause I know yesterday ain't coming
They also
back.
have a giant garage.
They sure do.
Past stay in the cold.
This way,
All of their equipment.
Listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken, and I'll let my
Wow.
mind be carried.
It's really nice.
and it has sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And then
See the light.
people that live here,
Uh-huh.
I'll try to spread my wings so I
and they can also go over by their equipment in here.
It's really nice.
starts to fade. Feels like
Oh, sure enough. Look at this.
They have a giant waterfall.
That is so cool. I love it.
And they go up here to their spot too.
Wow.
They have a lot.
They really do. Well, I took the pumpkin seeds and I drained them off and sprinkled them really well with salt and also garlic salt. And I'm just gonna turn the oven to 250 degrees and I'm gonna put these to toast for a little while in the oven. So my timer is nearly ready to go off on the pumpkin, and meanwhile, while I have emptied out the flower boxes and pulled up old plants in the garden, I have folded laundry and other things as well. And the thing that's going to be different with our pressure canner is that we're just going to turn off the heat, and then the pressure has to come back down to 0 before we can open the lid and take the pumpkin out. So I will see you guys much later because I'm probably going to have to leave the house for the evening before my pumpkin, or before the pressure canner gets down to 0 is my guess. Maybe not, maybe not. We'll see, okay? Stay tuned and we'll find out what happens. These are the last 3 tomatoes that we got, and the last of the flowers, and there goes my timer. Well, we finally kept it on a really good level, and that's off. And now turn this off as well. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it all turned out like it should. Well, guess what? The cooler weather has cooled down my pressure canner, and I think it's at 0. So You go check it out. Hi, buddy. Where you going, huh? Wow, okay. From what I'm seeing so far, I totally could have put more liquid in this. Yikes. Yeah, see what I mean? That's actually pretty thick pumpkin. Yikes. I did not mean to get it that thick. Well, now I know for next time that I want it a little soupier. This one siphoned out. It's kind of a mess. So, what did I learn from this pumpkin canning experience? Let me think. Pumpkin's a lot of work to can. It takes a bit of time. It's not really that hard. Is it hard or is it not, Sarah? I just said it's not that hard and then I said it was hard. Okay, let me rephrase that. Pumpkin is not that hard to can. However, it does take time. So you're gonna have to bake your pumpkin, allow it to cool, scoop it out, puree it. Make sure you all add enough water, liquid, to your puree. Otherwise, wow, pumpkin puree really cooks down, y'all. I didn't even think about that, honestly. I was thinking, oh, wow, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be thicker, blah, blah, blah. And then you put it in the pressure canner where you're canning it at 15 pounds pressure for an hour and a half. Well, let me tell you what, the pumpkin cooks down. So just remember that when you're canning pumpkin, to make it thinner than you think you're gonna want it, because it's gonna cook down and then it's gonna be perfect. So I think that was the main thing that I had learned from this experience, is just add more liquid when you're canning the pumpkin and it should turn out just fine. All right, guys, happy canning, happy pumpkin season, and I hope you all have a blessed Thanksgiving. We'll see y'all next time.